And we are back. Told you it was going to be quick. Alright, so that's what we built so far today. And we're just going to build a second Star Destroyer. Because again, I accidentally bought 2 kits. Didn't mean to. Did. Not sad about it. It's a bad day for your head, is it? Wow. It'll pass. Always does. I'm sorry you're feeling crappy, but you'll be fine. I've had lots of bad days. I know from whence they speak. Okay. Let's get organized once more. Where's his legs? Lieutenant Dan's got no legs. Seems random. Currently binging all the X-Men related movies. Thoughts on Hugh Jackman Wolverine? Also the fact that Wolverine is ending. It's ended. I mean, unless he does a cameo in the next Deadpool movie. Which I know they both like. I liked Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. He was way too tall for the role, but that's fine. I certainly enjoyed him more than forgettable face Magoo, who did Cyclops, for example. What a cardboard job that was. What is his fucking name? He did Cyclops. I'm not even digging around to be a cock about it. I never remember. He's so generic. Trixie, hello there. Oops. I went flying. Oh man, I hate it when I do that. I have to rearrange stuff because I missed a piece. There you go. It's all good. Relax. Everything's fine. Did it again? That's right. So what order are you doing the X-Men movies in? Is he going to try and do chronological order or release order? So I'm going to tell you right now, if you're doing chronological order, none of it's going to make any sense. Because they retconned and retconned and retconned and then retconned some more. And if you watch them in supposed chronological order, it will be complete gibberish. release order. That's not so bad. You still see a lot of retcons, but at least there'll be... You know, it might be baffling. Halfway through Logan now. I do know the ending, so only Dark Phoenix left right. That seems right, yeah. Man, I wouldn't get your hopes up for Dark Phoenix, though. It is not a good piece of cinema. Yeah, I don't rewatch the X-Men films very often. First Class, I rewatch. Logan, obviously, because it's a fucking masterpiece. But I will never, ever subject myself to Dark Phoenix ever again, because what a piece of shit. Who directed Dark Phoenix again? What are they working on now? What movie should I avoid? Actually, that's a bit unfair. It was the studio that fucked it up, not the director necessarily. The director probably did the best they could with what the studio demanded of him. I like the universally hated one so far. Wolverine movie with Deadpool. Oh, really? You liked The Wolverine? Man, I mean, that's not as bad as Dark Phoenix, but it's pretty fucking awful. Has some cool moments. But as a movie, that's another one I refuse to rewatch. So painful. Logan was acceptable. Logan was great. There's a black and white version of Logan. I forget what they actually called it, but it's exquisite. It's like the black and white version they did for Mad Max. There's something about watching a film like that in tonality instead of color. Just does something to it. Maybe because I only have 4 issues of X-Men in my belt so far. Well, I'm not sure how much the comics are worth informing the movies. There's they took a few liberties. Has anyone ever played the Switch in the black and white mode? Wait, there's a black and white mode on the Switch? I didn't even know that. Is that one of the accessibility options for like colorblind people or something? That'd be a fun little gimmick for a stream. Play a game in black and white. See if it harms or enhances the experience. Okay, we're laid out. The setting series. Huh, never noticed it. Alright, minifig first. It's the hamburger of Lego World. That's an MCU reference right there. A little bit obscure, I suppose, but... Yeah. Imperial Crewman number 2. Charles Xavier, aging 50 years, so continues. Yeah, I mean, he had a rough life. Doesn't like Magneto's life was a picnic either. I'm starting to feel that heat. What temperature we got? Oh yeah, 27 degrees. That's warm. Tree off. Excited or scared? Disney are now owning mutants rights for future. I'm excited if what their plan is to do a bunch of X-Men TV shows in the style of Mandalorian, where they actually take time and care and make it all about the characters rather than as many explosions as they can. They can't be doing worse than Fox though. Fox really just had no fucking clue what they were doing by the end. They fluked out a couple of good ones. But yeah. More encouraged than anything else, I suppose. Actually, remember that new what was it? Not New Mutants. I forgot what it was called. It was so bad. Christ, why can't I remember what that show was called? With the mutants who weren't mutants, they were on the moon. Those things. I keep going to call it the Impossibles, not the Impossibles. Inhumans. That's what I'm trying to think of. I was close with the I word. Inhumans. That was a bad show. That quietly got cancelled. Zero fanfare. That was one of the worst TV shows I've seen in ages. Still not quite as bad as like season 1 of Gotham, but Jesus Christ, it was bad. Did enjoy the Witcher show, watched it once. Yeah, same here. It, you know, I can see why people like it on the surface level, but it wasn't very carefully put together. Random time jumps going back and forth with absolutely zero warning. It's infuriating. Cavill, what's his fucking name who played The Witcher? Cavill? I feel like I'm getting that wrong. My brain's gone numb in the heat. His accent was all over the fucking place. I looked it up, see if anyone else was complaining about it, or it's just to my ear it sounded weird. Turns out it was a deliberate choice he made. As an actor, he wanted The Witcher to sound foreign to everybody, so his accent was always all over the place. Yeah, nice choice as an actor. Be as distracting as possible from actually what you're saying, instead of how you're saying it. Nice choice, idiot. Half your dialogue was just grunting anyway. Why did you have to do it? Anything special with your goddamn accent? His natural accent would have been fine. Whatever. Yeah, I didn't love the show overall. Didn't hate it, but I think it's a bit overhyped and overpraised. Could have been done a lot better. And for a show where the main character's job is to hunt monsters, it was like, what, 3 actual monster fights in the entire fucking show? There were jumps of dozens of years with no warning, and you just have to sort of pick it up. Oh, okay, a piece of dialogue. Oh, yeah, it's been used. I haven't seen you since something we didn't even show. Oh wait, what? How many years has it been? What are we doing now? What happened? Very poorly communicated show. I mean, I don't mind shows that leave it to the audience to fill in blanks, but it wasn't done very well on The Witcher. There was lots of anime that I watched that do that. They don't explain everything. They leave it to the audience to fill in the blanks. But not how The Witcher did it. I feel like The Witcher was written by someone who read the books and who didn't fucking care if anyone else understood what they were doing. They were just making it for other people who read the books. Which is a shitty way to make a TV show. Whatever. Music was fucking amazing though. I'll give it that much. The music was gobsmackingly good. Even that Toss a Coin to Your Witcher thing that nobody will shut up about now. It's the latest viral thing. We played a few covers and remixes on New Year's Eve stream actually. That Toss a Coin to Your Witcher thing. Catchy ass song. Show, but there were things they could have done better. I straight up cut some stuff out completely. Like the whole stuff in the Rockland Forest. I don't know what part that was. I didn't catch the name of the forest, but didn't even notice the accent thing. Really? Ah. I've always been kind of sensitive to accent stuff, so maybe that was mostly just me. But yeah. I mean, you'll hear it in my own accent from time to time. I'll hit the hard R from time to time and things like that. But as an actor, you know, I'm not an actor. I'm just a guy. But yeah, just he made that choice to be all over the shop with his accent. Sometimes it sounded very New York, and sometimes it sounded almost Australian, and other times it was Londony, and sometimes it was fucking almost Cockney. It's just ridiculous. Even in one sentence, it would drift. So distracting. It was shot wonderfully, though. I did like the cinematography. Yeah, nothing wrong with the show technically. Just the writing and pieces of certain performances that annoyed me. But as a piece of cinematography, it's really quite pleasant. Nowhere close to Mandalorian though, as far as quality of show based around character. Just not even close. Apparently in the books it was way more fleshed out. Of course it was. It's always more fleshed out in the books. You can say that about any conversion from a book. It's always more fleshed out. Even Harry friggin' Potter. That's just what happens when you convert books to a visual medium. You gotta lose some stuff. The forest where they drink the magic water thingy. Yeah, wasn't entirely sure why that was in there. They could have left that out completely and it wouldn't have changed much. Wait, where am I? Yep, I'm here. Not least of which things that annoy me about The Witcher is they didn't actually resolve a goddamn thing. An entire season felt like it was leading somewhere and they never resolved it. Such a shitty way to end it. I mean, at least with Mandalorian, the ending is open. There's more adventure to be had, clearly. But there was a resolution to the emotional arc. They just didn't do that in Witcher. Nothing was resolved in any way satisfactory. I really, really thought we were past making shows like that, where the entire point of the show was just to make people go, oh, can't wait for season 2, so I can actually get the fucking story instead of just the setup. That's what shit me off most about The Witcher. So many people on Twitter and stuff, oh my god, can't wait to season 2, oh my god. Yeah, that's not a good thing. If a show leaves you desperately wanting a season that's not going to come out for another year and a half, that's bad writing. Good writing leaves you resolved and wanting more of it. That was amazing. I want more. Not, oh my god, I need to find out what happens. Cliffhanger. Fuck off. Shitty writing. Manipulative. Gross. Just, I hate it. I've always hated it. Person decided to recently adopt the was entertained approach to media to of market. Yeah, that's one of my sort of core things as well. But being distracted and being entertained are slightly different things, and a lot of shows are really good at distracting you. Like they'll feel compelling, and you don't want to look like a shotgun the entire Witcher. I didn't want, I wanted to find out how it ended, and then it didn't actually end. It just stopped. There's a difference between ending and stopping. And that left me kind of pissed off. Are you not entertained? Didn't watch The Mandalorian, but agreed about Witcher, and he was too cliffhangery. Yeah. It's just a shitty way to end a show, especially how long it's going to take to get that second season and resolve any of that. What's the point of leaving people hanging for that long? If you do a cliffhanger when you've got a mid-season break, like often happens with the CW shows, like what's happening right now with the Crisis thing. There was a break over New Year's. And they ended on a cliffhanger type thing. That's fine, because that's going to get resolved in a few weeks. Just leave us hanging. That's okay. But for a year and a half? No. Nobody's going to fucking care anymore in a year and a half. You're going to forget what... Actually, that's why they do it. Because people are going to forget how it ended because it was so fucking anticlimactic. So they're going to have to watch it again. Boost the numbers. Fuck off. It's manipulative crap. And they bloody well know it. I don't like feeling like a TV show is manipulating me by committee decisions made from marketing people. I like being manipulated by good writing. That's a fun ride. That's a craft. Not cynical bullshit. Oh, you still don't have your Chinese? Jeez, that's taken a long time. The ending the season at the point where it really shouldn't, making people live about a year resolution looking for the source material reminds me so much of the anime. Not a good way. I don't know too many animes that have actually ended that way. Didn't even hit season 2 is coming up to 2021 until today. Have we seen it? Yeah. Yeah, the first thing I did when the show ended was like, well, wait, is that it? All right, fine. How long till I get the actual rest of the story and have some resolution happen? Googled it straight away. 2021. Okay, just fuck you then. Whatever. It's okay for people to like things that I don't like. I'm just expressing my own opinion on what I didn't like about it. I'm not judging anyone for liking it more than I did. And that's an important line in the sand to draw these days. Like, for example, Izzy seemed to like the new Doctor Who more than I did. A little interaction on Twitter about it. The last 7 minutes of the new Doctor Who I found really fucking compelling. Most of the rest of the episode was just plot advancement via MacGuffin. They desperately wanted to push the show in a certain direction, and they just didn't really care that much how they got there. It just felt very lazy. Oh, we need to have the characters discover this thing. Oh, here's a MacGuffin. Oh! It's not very good Doctor Who writing, I didn't think. And a lot of the show was just people slowly walking through rooms, looking slightly nervous. Not classic Doctor Who, in my opinion. I am looking forward to the rest of the season, though, because we are being promised a reversion to some of the classic Doctor Who stuff. Old enemies coming back, etc., etc. More familiar things. Hopefully it's not just surface level fan service of, hey, here's that alien you remember from that other episode we did a few years back. Hopefully it's going to be more Doctor Who-y. So far, this new Doctor Who hasn't been especially Doctor Who-y. The other thing I didn't like is I thought we were going to be done with, oh, did you notice the Doctor's a woman yet? She's a woman now! Look! We had an entire fucking season of that. And they couldn't resist doing it again this season. Oh, I thought he was a man! Nope, woman now. Yeah, we noticed. But, okay? Can we just move on from that? That's not interesting. I mean, it's neat. But it's not interesting anymore. You had an entire season where every episode you did that like 7 times. We get it. It's like the first season of Supergirl. I like that we have a show about a, incredibly powerful woman. But the first season of Supergirl, all they ever did was, oh, have you noticed she's a woman? Powerful woman. Look, powerful woman. Look, she's a girl. Look, girl, doing Superman thing. Girl, Supergirl. There are smarter ways to send that message than just pointing at it and saying it. That annoyed me. Later seasons of Supergirl did it much, much better. That first season, just ugh. Also kind of annoys me about the Supergirl is they just keep stealing Superman stories. Like the whole Red Daughter thing. That's a Superman comic they stole from. There's a whole bunch of plot lines in that show that are just straight out of Superman comics instead of just sourcing from Supergirl. Why do you feel the need to do that? I don't know. There are plenty of good Supergirl comics you could pull source material from. You don't have to just copy paste the Superman stuff over. I feel like that's kind of missing the point. Right, have I missed any steps in my rambling there? I think I'm okay. respect you not liking him such. Yeah, I mean, people are allowed to like different things. We know that. But it can be interesting to express why we each didn't and did like it. That's the big problem people have these days. They get angry when someone doesn't like something that they like. Like it somehow diminishes them. They feel inferior that someone else didn't like a thing that they like. It's ridiculous. People shouldn't take it personally. I mean, I fucking love the Super Mario movie. That gets hated on all the fucking time. And I fucking love it. I think it's awesome. I don't take it personally when someone else says it's shit. I wonder if we're ever going to get more Hollywood movies based on Nintendo materials. Or TV shows for that matter. Can you imagine Legend of Zelda TV series? Like filmed like The Witcher is. Just super high polish. But instead of Jerry of Riverera, or whatever the fuck he's from, it's just Link. Busting around. Chopping Octoroks in half. I'd watch the fuck out of that show. Then again, they'd probably, you know, cast a West Indian girl as Zelda and people get all upset because she's not white and blonde. Like it matters. It's not my Zelda. People are predictable. Hollywood reads strong woman, and I thought it meant we want to see women act like men. Yeah, that's kind of the trap they fall into a little bit too often, isn't it? Usually when it's a man writing a strong woman. No surprise there. Internet has established a hate culture where you either love something or actually hate it. Yeah. Very, very binary. If you don't agree with someone, you're immediately a bad guy. Well, I mean, you can be a bad guy for not agreeing with someone, but it's in how you disagree with someone, not because you disagree. The method in which you express that disagreement that causes the issues. Were the talks of a Mario movie made by the same studio that did Emoji Movie? I remember seeing that in a headline once, but never again, so not sure how much truth there was to it. Might have been just someone clickbaiting. Funnily enough, we have the exact same parts left over as from the previous one. One grey stud, one little red stud, and one slope of each colour. Actually, you know what? I'll make this guy left-handed to differentiate him from his identical friend. Alright. 2 Star Destroyers and a partridge in a pear tree. I really quite like those, actually. Might get a fleet of them. We'll reenact the last act of Rise of the Skywalker. Just have an entire fleet of these fucking things. Am I out of sync again? Seems like I might be out of sync. There we go. Coolsies. Fun little builds. I'm going to stop the recording for the sake of the YouTube replay of the build, but we're still going to hang around and have a chat. So if you're watching on YouTube, thanks!